Alright, what's up, y'all? It is Wooly, and here we are going to talk about playing DC in 2024. Now, specifically, this one is going to be aimed at the new players and possibly returning players. Now, I know I did a Should You Play DC in 2024 video, but that one was more of a response to some of these bigger creators who um, don't really show you the depth of a game like DC or Final Fantasy or ESO or anything like that. They put up this crazy thumbnail and they're like, this game in 2024 is hilarious, and with the eyes popping out. And they just kind of give you like a very basic starting experience of like the leveling process, which if you ever played any kind of game like this, it's not indicative of what the game is at its core, meaning the end game. It doesn't really give any kind of details on what to expect. It just tells you their first impressions of the very basic starting point. So that was kind of a response to that. Um, this one is kind of more of what to expect. So look, I get it. When you come into a game like DC, or any kind of long-standing MMO. This game's been out 13 years. We're going on our 14th year right now. So when you come into a game like this, it can feel very daunting. Um, it's got a lot of content behind it. You're not really sure where to start. That's okay. You have a lot of creators who are still dedicated to this game. Um, you have Obsidian, you have Multiverse, you have iEddy. There's a lot of other smaller creators out there as well that do cover DC, maybe not to the same extent, but they're always posting something about the game, right? And you have people like me who, we're not a very big channel, but we still try to dabble a little bit, right? Um, so what I'm saying is, we got you covered. There's plenty out there. Now, if you're looking for a specific build or something, usually I'll tell you, like the last year or two, that build is probably still relevant. If you're not quite sure, leave a comment and ask, is this still a viable build? Come into the DC Discord. There's an official DC Discord. There's a channel for new player questions. You can ask in there. Um, just any kind of general questions about the game you might have, you can ask in there. You can come into my personal Discord, which is strictly DC focused. We're keeping it clean. We're keeping it friendly. Yeah, come and join us. But what I'm saying is, there are resources. I get it. It's a lot to take in at first, but one thing DC does have going for it is it is not nearly as new player unfriendly as something like World of Warcraft or ESO or Final Fantasy. It's very casual in the sense that you can kind of pick it up and just start running with it. And then, of course, once you get into the end game and you hit level 30, at that point, you can start to dive into the more complex intricacies of the game as far as dealing with artifacts, allies, artifact swapping, and all the crazy stuff that people like to complain about. There's a lot to learn, but it's in no way detrimental to the experience, right? It's not something that you are in dire need of learning until you start trying to run the very hard content. Because, yes, the game is casual, a lot more than it used to be, and there is also a learning curve to some of the higher end content, right? And that can make it feel a little more complex, which what I'm saying that because that's a good thing. You want to be able to challenge yourself to go into something like Elite or Elite Plus and face that harder content, face those mechanics, and learn the game, learn to play your role, and then you get a sense of satisfaction when you actually complete it. So don't feel overwhelmed. I get it, but try not to feel overwhelmed. Ask questions. We will try to engage with you, right? The main two draws of this game, is it the prettiest game out there? Absolutely not. Does it look that bad? Not really. For a 13-year-old game, I think it's okay. if like a true gamer, right? They don't care about graphics. They don't. That's the casual audience that cares about graphics, you know. Um, if graphics were really an issue, people wouldn't play Minecraft. If graphics were really an issue, RuneScape would have died a very long time ago, but it is very much a ugly looking, thriving game. And that's okay. People are into it. They love the game. It's just a lot of us have so much time and money invested, we don't want to just see it go to waste. You know what I mean? You don't buy a house or a car or anything and put money into it, and when it starts to run into problems, decide that you're no longer going to invest time and effort into it, right? I can get not wanting to spend money on it, absolutely fine. Doesn't mean you don't have to spend some time in there. And you don't have to spend every day in the game. Just, you know, jump in and enjoy it from time to time. Stick around for a little while. There's a lot of cool people out here. Now, the two biggest draws is combat and styles, right? So, look, I've tried to play other MMOs, and I've talked about it before, so I'm not going to sit here and talk down on them. I'll just say I didn't get the same feeling that I got from DC. So, look, I'm not a gamer. I don't, you know, I may play some Call of Duty or something from time to time, right? But I don't go out and buy games every week, every month, every 6 months. I play DC. And that's just my vibe. That's what I like to do, to just like chill out and unwind. And that's it. Like I'm a DC player. I'm not a gamer, and that's okay. Not everybody is gamer. Like there's a lot of people who just play one MMO and it's all they play. Nothing wrong with that. That's what you enjoy, right? I don't get that same experience from when I go play another game. So, like, the point I'm trying to make is the one thing DC has going for it in regards to why a lot of us still love this game, you know, as old and flawed as it is the combat is still very, very fun. It's very engaging. It's very action oriented. It can be very fast paced at times, you know. It's interesting. You can't do something like clipping in another game, and you know that's a whole thing in and of itself, and that's something that you can learn as you play the game. Just trying to think of how to phrase that there. But anyways, I'm getting off topic. The other thing is styles. People love to make styles in this game. Listen, a lot of people come on this game and that's really all they do. So I understand it. I understand the appeal. I get it. It's not uncommon that you would go out to Little Bohemia in Metropolis, and I can already hear people getting ready to type something about that. But a lot of people like to go out there and flex their styles, their creations, you know what I mean? It's one of the few games where you can be decked out as Zeus in a pair of sneakers with a backpack, or you can be dressed as Sonic standing next to Mario and Luigi, standing next to, you know, 30 Flash characters and 20 Supermans, and there's a lot of different styles in this game. You know, a lot of people really like to take their time and craft some really neat styles and like to role play and cosplay, and that's cool. Then you have people who, you know, there's a lot of casual styles in this game too. By that I mean a lot of t-shirts, hoodies, sneakers, just like jean style pants. And typically when you see somebody dressed like that, they're probably a sweat and they're probably a precision player. Just to be quite honest with you, I know I'm stereotyping, but you know what I mean. It is what it is. Don't front. Yeah, so there's a lot of styles. It can be very fun and very engaging, right? So, what can you look forward to, right? Because, like I said, there's a lot of content, but there's still a fair amount of creators who are in here making content for this game. There's a lot to do as far as styles. There's a lot to do as far as decorating your base. And the content itself can be pretty challenging depending on what level you jump into, but the combat is always going to be fun, right? Um, Base is another thing that you can do, get into and start decorating. It's not something I do very often. In fact, I've recently wiped my base clean, but hey, like for example, I have somebody in the league that I'm in. That's all they do is, well, I mean, it's not all they do, but one of the things that they do is they make videos just showcasing other people's bases, and other people do that too. She's not the only one. Other people do go out and showcase the community's bases, and that's pretty neat. You get to see what people come up with, and stuff that you would have never thought to piece together. It's fun, right? It's just the community coming together to share their creations. So there's a lot of different things to do. This is not a game you're going to play for the story. You're really going to be playing it for the combat, for the style. Because you're a masochist and you want to jump into plus and bang your head against the wall, right? There's quite a few things to do, but what you can look forward to moving forward is we got the episode coming out this month. It's not on the test server yet, but if history has taught us anything, once it does go on the test server, we can generally expect it to go live on the live server within a couple of weeks. So I'm thinking maybe like the third week of May. Who knows? We'll figure that out. But it's coming soon. And then you also have the spring event, and there's a lot of nice styles in the spring event, so that is a good time to jump into the game and take advantage of some of those styles, because like I said, cannot tell you how many times somebody has commented on a video or has sent me a tell in game asking, where did I get that style? Where can I get that style? What is that style called? And then we tell them, this is the style, but you actually can't get it until that event comes back. So it's here for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then it's gone for a year, right? So you take advantage of it while you can, and the spring event does usually have some very, very nice styles. The summer event has some very nice styles. Maybe it's a summer event that's coming out. I don't know, man. I lose track of the event. Anyways, getting off topic there. That's one thing I do. I tend to ramble because, like I said, I don't write scripts. I just kind of get on and go. Outside of that, after that episode launches, we have another episode coming out in, I think, 4 months after that. So realistically, probably 4.5, closer to the 5-month mark. That's not too bad. That gives you plenty of time to get all the styles, all the items, the base items, all the new items that they're going to trickle in as the episode, continues on, and get all the feats and get all of that stuff, and have plenty of time to get it done without rushing to get it done. And then the next episode will be ready, and at that point we'll have the Halloween event, the winter event. So there's a lot of things to look forward to, right? So what I'm saying is, yes, this game is a little bit older, but I just don't see it going anywhere anytime soon. At times it can feel not as active as when an episode first launches, but my goal is to bring people in. That's what I'm making these videos. I want y'all to come in. I want y'all to try the game for yourself, decide if you like it or not, and hopefully you do, and hopefully you stick around, because it can be a very fun game. Like I said, it's not the prettiest, it definitely ain't the ugliest. You can get creative with it. So there's a lot to learn, but you can just pick it up and go, right? So if you have any questions, definitely by all means feel free to drop those down in the comments, and we'll try to circle up with you. I'll try to circle up with you. Somebody else will definitely comment on it as well. And then if you really have something you want to ask, reach out in the Discord. I'm there. You can DM me. You can join my server. You can join the official DC server, and then just get in there, be active, and engage with us. So that's my hope, is that videos like these will bring people into the game. And that's really all I'm making this video for. I'm just trying to get people who may have never even heard of this game or see this game to take a look at it and decide they want to try it out for themselves. So give it a shot, guys. It's on almost every platform: PC, Nintendo Switch, Xbox, PlayStation. I'm sure people on Switch would appreciate a little more in the population. Same thing with Xbox. But we would also appreciate you over on the PlayStation side, right? So I think that's pretty much all I got for you. I just wanted to kind of talk about the game, the state of the game, and hope that this reaches some new people, and maybe you'll give it a shot. So if you're new to the channel, consider sticking around. Consider giving it a like. If not, it's cool. Totally get it. If you have been with me since the beginning or for a while, I always appreciate it, guys. Much love to that. Other than that, I will catch you next time. Wooly out. Stay frosty. Peace.
Nature heals and protects. The green thanks you.
And so do I. You cheeky lot of coffin dodgers. Well done.
I'm just glad we were able to help.
Couldn't have done it without you, Zatanna. And me? You will. This time. Wow, get in.
And good news, we finally have a